that is necessary in the light of the attempt by one Nathaniel Samuel to detonate a bomb in the Living Faith Church in Kaduna State. The Center for African Liberation and Socioeconomic Rights, in the light of the revelation, wishes to state that the harbingers of death have been put to shame with this botched attempt that would have heightened the suspicion between the Christians and Muslims in our great country, Nigeria. It consequently beats one's imagination that a Christian will plan to bomb his fellow Christians, which is an indication that indeed the bulk of the pockets of criminal activities going on in the country are politically motivated, all in an attempt to cause chaos and discredit the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. We salute the vigilance of the security agencies in foiling this devilish attempt, which to a large extent has vindicated the security architecture in the country that has been up and doing in the onerous task of securing lives and property in the country. CALSER condemns in its totality this dastardly act that would have been blamed on our Muslim brethren, and with the narrative that President Muhammadu Buhari has failed in the security of lives and property in the country. It suffices to state that from our preliminary investigations, and as have been revealed before now, the insecurity in the country is beyond the locally backed foreign destabilization plots. There are also insider-related plots to destabilize the country in the actualization of their despicable conspiracy against Nigeria and Nigerians. This group of persons have decided that the promotion of killings in the country is the only means to take over power through the back door after they have been roundly rejected at the polls. CALSER wishes to call on the relevant security agencies in the country to begin the process of unraveling those behind the attempt by Nathaniel Samuel to bomb the Living Faith Church in Kaduna State. CALSER demands the immediate arrest and investigations of all persons connected with the action, no matter how highly placed such individuals are in the country. This is very necessary in the attempt to nip in the bud the nefarious activities of some politicians that seem to have lost all value for human life. CALSER deems this necessary because the conspiracy against the continued existence of Nigeria is the handiwork of some highly placed and disgruntled politicians whose stock in trade is in causing chaos and conflict in Nigeria while they smile to the bank. The case of Nathaniel Samuel makes the situation more ironic and an indication that some criminal elements will go any length to cause disaffection in the country, all in the attempt to discredit the efforts of the security agencies in the fight against terrorism and other criminal activities in the country. CALSER is also using this medium to call for the full investigation of all political actors and sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria by the security agencies in Nigeria. We have total belief in the ability of our security agencies and our dear President Muhammadu Buhari to fish out the perpetrators of these despicable actors. The case of Nathaniel Samuel, as ironic as it sounds, is the starkness of the reality confronting us as a country, especially with regards to the pockets of criminal activities across the country that have been identified as politically motivated to make the country ungovernable. CALSER also demands the immediate investigation of all persons associated with banditry, kidnappings, and cattle rustling in the country. We also wish to state that should these despicable characters not desist from their nefarious ways, the Center for African Liberation and Socioeconomic Rights will not hesitate to lead a nationwide protest against them. The future of over 180 million Nigerians cannot be jeopardized by a select greedy group of people that sees the resources of the country as their birthright. As such, they must do everything possible to continue to feast from our commonwealth by instigating violence and promoting conflict in the country. CALSER has also commissioned research into some of the activities of these political fraudsters that thrive in the business of human blood, in an attempt at revealing their identities to the whole world. CALSER wishes to charge the various security agencies to continue in this fashion in our bid to rid Nigeria of criminal elements and their paymasters. I thank you all for your time and wishes to place on record that Nigerians should indeed realize and appreciate the good efforts of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is on the side of the people, and one of the reasons why these highly placed politicians have ganged up against him by promoting and sponsoring violence in the country, including the Boko Haram, ISWAP, terrorist groups.